Unresolved problems. Tonight, new immigration report by Homeland Security says the list of sanctuary cities and counties in America is growing, now 340, and they shield an average of 1,000 illegal aliens from deportation every month. Top 10 offenders are Santa Clara, California, Los Angeles, Santa Rita outside of San Francisco, Dade County, Florida, northern San Diego, Contra Costa County, California, Cook County, Illinois, San Francisco County, Fresno County, and Denver, Colorado. Joining us now from Boston, Jessica Vaughn, Director of Policy Studies for the Center for Immigration Studies. So at the Senate soon to vote on sanctuary city defunding. Will this study make any difference?
Well, it should. I mean, it should be a reminder to lawmakers that every week that goes by without them taking action against these jurisdictions, that hundreds of criminal alien offenders that ICE is trying to deport are going to be sent back to our streets instead. And it should also be a reminder that the Obama administration has no intention of doing anything about it, that their claims that they're helping.
We're not talking chambermaids or gardeners or painters here. We're talking about felons in prison who ICE wants held so they can get them and deport them, and these sanctuary cities let them out. Do you have a couple of examples?
Sure. One of the most horrific recently was this guy who had originally been arrested in San Luis Obispo County in California, had a long history of drug felonies. The sheriff let him out. And later on, I mean, he was arrested recently for brutally beating the 2-year-old daughter of his girlfriend, broke her arms and her leg. There are other very serious cases of serial sex offenders who've been released, even though ICE wants to deport them. They go back, and it shouldn't be a surprise that they reoffend, often violently.
All right, so this is not
regularly.
Just Kate Steinle, San Francisco. This is all over the country. And now we have 340 municipalities who are defying federal law. As you rightly stated, President Obama doesn't care. Now, do you think Kate's law would be voted down in the Senate? I mean, it seems to me hard to believe that a politician can get away with that, because most people in Democratic and Republican circles want the law. It's just common sense.
Well, I think people are starting to realize that, that we have so many people who are coming back after they've been deported once, that something needs to be done to address that. But we have to remember, too, that unless the sanctuary problem is addressed, that, ICE can't impose mandatory minimums or prosecute people for reentry after deportation if they can't get custody of them to begin with.
Oh, that's true. But you have to try one first, and then I think if Kate's law did pass, and I think President Obama would have to sign it. I mean, if he didn't sign it, that would put him in an untenable position where the whole world would know this guy doesn't even care about his own country and the laws of his own country. But if you do pass Kate's law, then the defunding for sanctuary cities becomes easier, because now what the left is peddling is you, Jessica Vaughn, and O'Reilly, that mean guy, you want to deport house painters and chambermaids who have babies here, and you guys, they avoid the criminal aspect of this entirely. You know that.
Well, again, the bill that the Senate is considering doesn't prohibit sanctuaries. It just makes it more costly.
Takes money away.
Yeah.
Takes money
and it
away
also supports more than 95% of sheriffs and police chiefs that want to help ICE on a daily basis and will. And as you said, we're not talking about even jaywalkers.
I just want to clarify how it supports them. They would deny money to the 340 sanctuary places, and that money would then be given to, the law-abiding places, so that if a sheriff or a police chief needed funds, they could apply, and the money taken from sanctuary goes to them. So, I mean, the whole thing should be passed like that. But the left in America they're just dug in on this, and they don't want to give it all, and they don't care how many Kate Steinles go down. Last word.
Well, I think it's high time that the American people should have a chance to see which lawmakers in Congress are willing to take a vote to protect illegal alien criminals and prevent their deportation.
That's right. I think so, too. That's why I want a standalone Kate's law first, and then a standalone sanctuary city defunding vote second. And right there, you could destroy the Democratic Party, in my opinion. And because, as you said, everybody would know who's voting for what. But they want to pettifog it and put it all in a big soup can, and it's just, well, we're going to continue to go. Thank you very much, Ms. Vaughn. We appreciate it. Plenty more as the Factor moves along this evening. Stuart Varney, fed up with villains, and he begins a new segment tonight, telling us who exactly they are. Also, Eric Bolling and Geraldo Rivera debate a vicious attack on Dr. Ben Carson. Is race involved? I hope you stay tuned for those reports.